What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. It's your man Marshall, aka ABN. We're going live on Facebook today for you guys for the PBL unit. It was something that was supposed to have been done a long time ago, but we had to do it now. We're in a state of emergency, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to wake up immediately. There's nobody fighting for us, so we have to fight for ourselves. Come on, wake up. Wake up. If you like this, press like and get it out there to the community. You need to get it out there now, or we're in trouble, guys. Big trouble. To my side is my partner in crime, Figueroa, as y'all know him as AKA Figgy, the administrator for all you bus operators and mechanics on the different platforms. So I'm gonna leave it to him now to talk to y'all. And I'll come back. Go ahead, Fig. Talk to the people.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? I mean, so far we only got like 2 people, so we're waiting for other people to come on. So once you come on, if you don't mind sharing the screen, sharing the live, we would appreciate that. If you have any questions, we're more than be happy to answer the questions to the best of our ability. Um, as my brother just said, we are in a state of emergency. Took us 19, 18 years to do this, but the time is now. The revolution is now, basically. We need all PBL lines to come together, if at all possible, because we need help and we need to act on it. And it's been said for a long time, but nobody's finally took action. So we're going to try to start this from now and keep it pushing. That's the best we're going to do. Like I said, we need people to share. We need people to share. This has been advertised for the last week and a half. See people coming on slowly but surely. Mr. Pacheco, welcome. Nice to see you, sir. Or nice to see you on the live. I appreciate you. Hope all is well with you and the fam. This is the state of Facebook Live. Not everybody's on time, like always. So, as I said, we're going to see how many more people come on. We're willing to answer any of your questions. Talk about Lobby Day, how dreadful it was. To me, it was really dreadful. It was compared to last year's Lobby Day. This Lobby Day was, don't believe the hype on social media because it wasn't all that. Trust and believe it was not all that. Yeah, Mr. Pacheco says, "What's up, family?"
What up, Will? What up, dog? I know we haven't spoken, but I got your back. You hear me? I got your back. Um, as my partner in crime has said, Lobby Day was a travesty for our division. I need y'all guys to hear me. I need y'all guys to get it out there to the close to 3,000 employees of our division. Nobody cares about us. Do you hear me? No one cares about
Hey, Miss Vanetta Phillips, what's up?
Oh, V?
V's on the live with
V,
us.
oh
What's up,
my
VV?
God. Wow. That's a retiree that I miss.
Yep.
I love you, V. But like I said, the time is now. Stop waiting for somebody to make the move. It's on us, nobody else. It is on us, ladies and gentlemen. Stop with the excuses. The union is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Local 100 is a joke. It's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. And until you wake up and realize for yourself, we're going to have self-destruction. I know a bullet is on my head now, and I'm willing to take it on. Wake up.
I got your back on that one, brother.
Wake up. They don't like me talking. If you know me, and some of y'all do, I don't hold my tongue. They don't want the truth. They don't. They'd rather do a cloak and dagger thing and hide and say they got your back. The only person that got your back is you. It's time to wake up. No more excuses. No more. For all my guys that are in here that are retired, you were denied the respect you deserve. You was denied. For the ones that worked during COVID and didn't receive what you were supposed to get when Local 100 gave money, you were denied. That's yours. You was here. And nobody made any promises or value to you guys. And I'm sorry. I'm apologize to you as a fellow operator with you. Because Local 100 ain't going to do it. They're about your money. They ain't about you as a person, as an individual. Like I said, I know the red dot is on my head now. And I want it. And I need you guys to also want it. Okay? I need you guys to share it, and we need to get the algorithm up because this is our fight. This is our time. We got newbies coming in that need us to teach them because training is not being taught properly to them. So we need to take it back. Take it back, guys. We need to teach them. Yeah, we know they got attitudes. They think they all that. Listen, if they don't do the right thing, in 5 years, they're gone. They won't make it to top pay. So we, as the leadership, and there's not many of us anymore because everybody is leaving. But we have to show them what PBL means. Right? We have to show them. As much as they don't want to hear what we have to say, then you know what? Let them get fired. No sweat off your back. But you know the deal. I'm going to talk about some stuff that I know a lot of people ain't going to want me to say. But I'm a 19-year man. I've been through it all. So nobody can say, oh, he needs to shut his fat mouth up. Because I ain't. Nobody's going to confront me. Because why? I'm ABM. Angry black man. Hey, yo, don't do that to me. You get what I'm saying? Just like you can have your opinion, I have a right to mine. But if you sit down to yourselves and really look at the truth and the facts, you'll understand. But if you go listening to somebody who has not your best interest in heart, that's a shame. If you can't tell me the truth, then we have a problem. And I'm going to say this to you guys, and some of y'all going to laugh at me. There's a lot of Decepticons. And if you know what I mean by Decepticons, pull up the cartoon show Transformers, and then you'll understand what I mean by Decepticons. The fake 401k people in our depots, stop listening to them. Because they're going to let you lose a lot of money because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You talk to real people, not the fake ones. So be careful, guys. There's a lot of Decepticons. A lot. I'm going to let my man Fig talk to y'all, and I'm going to come back. Because I'm going to come back with some stuff that y'all going to say, oh my God. And for the ones that are in this thing, I love y'all. Don't think, as much as I'm a mean-looking black dude, that I don't have love for y'all. We're in this fight. You hear me? We're in this fight together, not against each other. My man Fig, take over, brother.
Thank you, D. All right. In regards to what my brother said with the union, okay? Yes, V has a point. The union is made up of all men and women that are the MTA. But at the same time, sometimes, and some representatives, not all, I can't point the finger at everybody. Some representatives don't do the right thing by the member. But in turn, that's also the member's fault. Because one, the member doesn't get involved. Two, the member doesn't pay their dues when they're supposed to. And the only time they settle the score is when they're about to retire. You know, I've seen stuff within my 18 years of service at PBL. We're originally out of College Point, now at Eastchester for this year. But I've seen stuff that I don't comprehend certain logic to it that the union does. But like I said, you can't fault everybody because we don't know in actuality what goes on behind the scenes. But when we find out the situation and what happened or what occurred and what was the outcome, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. You know, to pick up to piggyback from my brother also said in regards to the COVID situation. Now, granted, what 4 or 5 years ago, COVID was
2018.
2008.
2021?
Yeah, around that time,
Yes.
we were supposed to get hazard pay. It was announced in social media. Governor Cuomo, Charles Schumer
The contracts.
promised us everything, 25,000. We never saw that money. It never came to us. So during the negotiation contracts, Richie Davis negotiated a $4,000 hush money. I call it hush money because that's what it was, plain and simple. But what's not fair to me was the retirees that retired weren't entitled to that money, and they worked during COVID, and that wasn't right. That's where the union screwed up at. That's where they should have made a statement and said, no, 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 you can't do that. They worked during COVID. They got sick. They got this. They got that. They deserve that money as well. How is it that a retiree that worked during COVID retired is not entitled to that money, but a person that never worked COVID came in and got that money? Maybe not the same amount we were entitled to, but they got money. They got money. That's guaranteed. You know, you got to get more involved in the union. You got to go to your meetings. You got to pay your dues. We can't just have an assumption of during election time where we only have a certain amount of individuals voting because the others can't vote because they haven't paid their dues. You know, to start off with, it's not a fair election anyway, in my eyes. I don't know how my brother feels, but it's not a fair election. It's not. We're in 2025 and we're still doing paper ballots. Paper ballots. Doesn't make any sense. But like I said, if you don't get involved and you don't participate and know what's going on with the union, what's entitled to the union, what you're entitled to, how you gonna know? I control the College Point page. I'm one of the administrators on the College Point
Wait a
page.
minute, stop. If you want a shirt, holler at me at Fig on a separate line. Thank you, Daddy. I love you. Mr. Lloyd Archer, you the man. When it comes to the retirees, the stuff that you put out there, we appreciate you, man. You the man.
Who wants a shirt?
Danny Ballas.
Oh God! Oh.
I don't. Y'all know me. I like to interrupt people.
Mr. Troublemaker himself.
I mean, you guys that's on here, mad love. Get the word out, guys. Please get the word out. Mr. Archer, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. The retirees need that information. Don't stop. Do not stop.
Big shout out to our brother, VP of RTO, Mr. Tremel Thompson. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
Oh, Tremel here?
Appreciate you,
I know
brother.
you don't like standing next to me, Tremel, but that's okay. That's okay, T. Because I got mad love for you. Remember, you brought us here. This didn't just happen overnight. We followed you. You get what I'm saying? We got love for you, dog. We got your back. Now it's time for you to help us our back.
And keep pushing at that Mac, bro.
Yes,
keep pushing
please.
at that Mac. Yeah, definitely.
Please, keep pushing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I know how I am. I am very emotional.
It's like my brother D was saying, shouting out Mr. Lloyd Archer, who he's a part of our page and he runs the TWU Local 100R page for the retirees. If you guys need information, you guys need help with your Medicare Disadvantage Plan, that's what we would call it, because it's not Advantage, it's Disadvantage Plan. Hit him up on Facebook, send your affidavits to him and so on and so forth. Follow him. They have monthly meetings, Zoom meetings, all that stuff for the retirees. It helps you guys out, especially for you retirees. Even if you're going to retire soon, or if you need to know information about retirement and all that stuff, they can help you with that as well. That's what they're there for. There's been a lot of issues with that retiree Medicare Advantage Plan. It really has been an issue with a lot of people, and it's affecting a lot of people. So look out for Mr. Lloyd Archer. Hit him up, Facebook. He'll be willing to answer any of your questions. And Danny, if you want that T-shirt, it's gonna cost you $60. I'm hitting him hard, D. I'm hitting him hard.
Yo, that's on you. You can't say I got involved.
Yo, beloved, what's good? What's good, beloved? Thanks for tuning in, brother. I appreciate you.
Beloved, get the word out. Get the word out.
Danny asked a question. He said, why does the security guard at the Mac 3 carry a gun? Makes me feel like I'm a criminal. That's a good point. I don't know. I don't.
You want me to handle that?
Answer it, bro. That's what Danny just asked. I'm curious to see why they carry a gun in the Mac 3. That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to do this. Our company look at us as thugs and hoodlums. We should be gracious for the money that we receive. We are considered criminals. Let me make y'all understand something. 85% of us that work for that company are Black and Hispanic. We should be lucky to have a job, which is not really a job. This is a career, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just a basic job. This can take care of you and your family. And we're looked at as criminals by our superiors. That's why we're talked down to. We don't talk equally to one another. We're talked down to, ladies and gentlemen. Please. We got to change our mindset. And we got to change our mindset with each other first. I'm sorry, guys. Until we change our mindset to one another, the superiors that we have are not going to change their mindset. We stand out there and drive those buses and trains and whatever and fix them, and we got attitudes towards one another. Why? Why? You don't know me from Adam and Eve, and you got an attitude towards me. What have I done to you? And this is all divisions. Mastoa, ROTC, ATU. We have attitude towards one another. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that's what they want us to do to one another.
They want us at each other's throat.
That's right. Even you don't even know me and you got hatred for me. I already know tomorrow there's going to be a lot of guys looking at me with the look for today. I already know that. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm inside the office tomorrow.
I'll be right behind you.
Well, come on. Maybe they could do a twosome. Hey, we don't know. But because of our interaction towards one another, they feel it's okay for their interactions towards us. So if we don't change our mindsets to each other, why should they? We got to wake up. And we got to wake up now. It's not too late. I'm going to come back to the retirees. I'm going to let my man Fig talk some more to y'all about Lobby Day. But I'm going to come back because you guys are going to be surprised by what I'm going to say. Go ahead, my brother.
Lobby Day 2025. What a joke. It was a joke. Complete and utter joke. You know, we got there. Well, to start, let's start it this way. My brother and I went to College Point, to our old depot, to get on the bus. Now, compared to last year we had a full bus. Literally, from front to end, full bus. This year, without counting the division officers, 7 people. And only 3 of them were bus operators. It's a shame. That was a shame. 4?
Yeah.
You said 4?
Yeah.
All right, so he corrected me 4. So it was 4 bus operators. It was a complete joke. Complete joke. We get to Lobby Day, and we're looking around. Granted, it's early. Not everybody's in yet, so on and so forth. And we notice the ambiance is not the same already. I mean, you got Map Store 1, you got Map Store 2, you got RTO, you got MOW, you got maintenance, all that stuff. You know, they always run deep. They always do, because that's what they do. But MTA Bus, some people from Baisley were there. Some people from LaGuardia, they said were there. I never seen them, but they said they were there. They were there?
They were.
All right. College Point was there. Nobody from Eastchester was there.
Nobody from Yonkers.
Nobody from Yonkers. You know, and it's an utter shame. I mean, I know, granted, it's during the week, and sometimes we can't get the PDs or the vacation time to go on that day, but that's the day for us to go and express our opinions to the senators and the lobbyists that are there. That's why it's called Lobby Day. But what's funny is that the private bus lines go there, right? But if you really look at it, we don't have a platform. What are we lobbying for? Because we're not tier 4. We're not tier 6. We're none of those things.
We're a multiplier.
We're a multiplier.
What the hell is a multiplier?
Yeah, we're a multiplier. And that's in regards to our pension, which is utter atrocious. Our pension is a complete joke. You know, you got guys here that have done 29, 30, sometimes even 35 years of service, moving that bus up and down that road. And the pension is a complete joke. I came in 2007. I believe back then it was what 105,
No, $81.
$81 in 2007 when I came on. Come May of this year, where we get the final raise of that contract, it goes up to 164 and change, which is a 3.5%. That brings us up to 41 and change of top pay. But that that's nothing equivalent to what Mapstova and TA get. Nothing. Not even close. If I was to tell you the numbers, people would be like, "Oh, I'm good with what I'm gonna get plus my Social Security." No, you're living in New York. You're living in New York. Inflation is totally up the wazoo. Cost of living is up the wazoo. My man, you got guys in the corner selling eggs. That's how bad it is right now. And you had all this time where I believe this month or believe the month previous made 20 years that the private bus lines have been under the MTA umbrella. 20 years. And within those 20 years, you can resolve something regarding our pension? Is that fair to us? Is that fair to the retirees that already got to scrape or sometimes even work a second job when they're retired just to make ends meet? And I know quite a few guys that are still working, not for the bus lines, but for other individuals trying to make ends meet. It's an utter shame. It's an utter shame that the private bus lines contracts, when it comes up, is always based on what Mapstoa or TA gets. It's always been like that. Always. Now maybe it's a big hassle to cut red tape and try to get MTA bus own contract. I don't know the details. I don't know how to negotiate. I don't know how to do that. But why not ask the members? If we're paying dues and you're going for contracts, yeah, the last contract you gave us to make suggestions to you. We did that. Half of the suggestions weren't even included, as far as I know. Like I said, I'm not at the negotiating table, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. But the private bus lines need more. And that's why my brother and I are doing this live. It's brand new. We never done this before, but we spoke on it and we said we need to put the private bus lines on the map because everybody has a podcast, everybody has a live, everybody has YouTube, everybody has that. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's put the private bus lines on the map. You know, as time progresses and we get better, we'll start taking phone calls. We'll start trying to answer your questions as best we can. We know you got a life, you got family, and all that. But
We got one question.
who's that?
One question. Why are the top dogs at MTA bus mechanics when there's over 1,700 bus operators? Where is one of the guys who drive buses? Why one of them are not up there?
That's a
Mechanics protect each other.
Yeah, that they did.
Because nobody protects the bus operator.
That they do.
Danny, I ain't got no problem with you. Mike, I ain't got no problem with you. You're good guys. But y'all don't have no backbone. I'm sorry. You let downtown represent you guys. Get a backbone. Get a backbone. Or give it to me. I'll do the backbone for you. I'll do the surgery. Because you're not doing it for us.
And Milton made a comment here saying, yeah, we went in 03, we went 3 bus loads and interrupted sessions. We were so deep. I was talking about lobby day. 3 bus loads in 03 to lobby day. Milton is my brother. God bless. Hope you're well. And thank you. But you're right. It was like I said, not to jump from topic to topic, but it's just been it was a slap in the face. It was utter embarrassment, bro. To the point where we got there, we saw everybody talking, saying this, representing And I'm like, yo, call the bus. We want to go. We didn't want to stay for the rest of it. It was just, I don't know. To me, plain garbage. It was really garbage. Nothing compared to last year. Really garbage.
And last year we wasn't represented either,
Yeah,
but we still went.
yeah, true that.
We still went. And we wasn't represented properly by downtown. Downtown don't give a damn about PBL. I'm sorry, guys. I know downtown Bobby's listening, and they probably have some words for me, but they don't give a damn about PBL. PBL brings in a lot of change. Don't think we don't. With the express buses and the locals, especially in the Queens division, we bring a lot of change, and they use us to go on, from my understanding, and y'all can check my information. When they went on strike back in 2005 or 2004, 2005, the first ones to go on strike was PBL.
Hmm.
It wasn't Mastoa. It wasn't HEU. They use PBL. Check my facts, guys. And if you say I'm lying, you can make a comment and tell me you're lying. But check the facts. So when I say to you, PBL, wake the hell up. Now, they went and talked about the Taylor Law at Lobby Day. Really? So you're going to go and talk about the Taylor Law with people who signed off on it with the governor to make sure you don't do it. Wow. What does that say? Remember what I said at the beginning of the show? Decepticons.
Danny makes a good point. Danny just said the problem is everyone is sleeping together. Need to separate that between union and management. That's been an issue for years. That's been an issue for years.
Listen, I've been almost 20 years on this job. 20 years. I met some good people. Just like you got your family at home, at your depots, that's your family. At your depots, those people that you work with, as much as some of them are messed up, that's your family. We spend almost 12 to 13 hours a day together. More than we do with our families at home. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. You start 6 o'clock in the morning and you finish at 8 o'clock at night just to go home to go to bed to get back up and do it all over again.
Oh yeah.
Come on. You have no life. But then when you get sick, that's on you. Everybody step back and put their hands up. That's on you. Wow. Ain't that something?
Vanetta made a statement. V just said, we are not a part of MTA. We are a company and our contract is not based on being a civil service.
Well, Vanetta, and you know this just as well as I do, and I'm going to bring it to the masses. There's a 4 horsemen that control the private line. And I'm going to give you the 4 horsemen. The state, the union, and the city, and the international. Those are your 4 horsemen. And our contract is controlled by the city that many guys think is controlled by the state. Sorry, guys. Our contract is controlled by the city. So ask yourself this question. Why TWU don't sit down with the city instead of just sitting down with the state and MTA? Think about it. Why we ain't first dibs when they do the contract? The best contract TW has done was last contract, and that's for the rookies. For all of us that's been there through the heartaches, they haven't done nothing for us. Actually, we keep giving and not receiving. Let me tell you something, guys. If you think your pay raise is something, your pay raise is automatic. That's why they do contract talks every 2.5 years. That's automatic. So that's not something that is given to you. You're going to get that. And if you don't get it right away, you're going to get a retro check. Come on. Oh, let's talk about those checks. Really? Let's talk about them, guys. What has the union done to sign off on it? If you get a $10,000 check, you better have 401k or 457 to where you can put the whole money in. Because if you don't, you get half. Your money, you're getting only half. How does that sound? When you put into 401k and 457, the company makes money on top of your money.
That's it. That same thing happened when we got the COVID money, the hush money.
Oh, yes.
Same thing.
The same thing.
Same thing.
The 3,000, if you didn't have 401k or 457, you got 1,500. If you had $1,000, like the rookies,
I like 500.
and I'm sorry to say y'all rookies, if you're listening to this podcast, or the newbies, they didn't have 401k or 457 yet because they were still trying to learn that their aeons, or if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry, I'm ghetto, guys. The neons of this system, they was getting a little $500 check, and they thought it was Christmas. So when we sit here, money that's owed to you, you're not even getting it. And we talking about there's a union? The union does not have your back. What's the new president name?
Mr. John Chiarello.
Say it again, because I can't say it.
Mr. John Chiarello is the new appointed president of TWU Local 100.
John, and if you're watching the show, you've been here 20 years. What have you done for the private lines? And don't sit up there and say, I don't know what you're talking about. It started with Samuelson. Actually, it started with Tucson, Samuelson, Utano, Richie Davis, and you. And you've been with them because you said at the lobby day you've been in the top brass for 20 years. So what have you done for the private line?
And I believe his title was the financial secretary, treasurer, or something
So
like
that
that.
means you took care of money.
Yeah, I believe
You
so.
did the math. Yeah, you want to know who I am? I'm the guy that pays you every 2 weeks out of his paycheck. You didn't just work for your money, you also took my money. And you was the financial advisor. So what happened to us at the private lines when you was doing all the contracts for everybody else?
You know what's crazy? Will makes a good point. Will said everybody's happy at 3.5% or at 3%. That everybody's happy. It's been like that. Matter of fact, Will, if you're still on, can you, since you know, the back ends back and forth, has there ever been a 5% raise at any of our contracts? If you can indulge me on that, has there ever been a 5% raise during our contract negotiations at all? Beloved says 2,500 versus 44,000 overall in TWU. We will never win. MTA bus is too small and very quiet. Until there's warriors in positions ready to organize and go to war, necessary nothing will ever change. That's case in point. He's right.
Well,
He's
beloved,
right.
I'm sorry to say this to you, and nothing against you. You're looking at two warriors who's ready to fight. We're ready to fight. Is the rest of the gang ready to fight? That's the question. Is the rest of the gang ready to fight? Or they're going to come to you tomorrow and says, why did you listen to those two baboons yesterday? I mean, honestly, am I lying?
No, you're right. You're right.
There's so much name calling.
Thank you, Will.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I said, if I'm lying, be more than willing to tell me I'm lying. Guys, especially for the retirees, Vanetta, Milton. Sorry, guys, you left close to $1,500 on the table when it comes to your pension. $1,500 that we will never get back. We will never get back.
She says no. Vanetta says no. We did it. She says no. I don't know.
V.
Don't go argue with V.
No, I'm not gonna argue with her. I got mad love for her. I'm not gonna argue with her. Anytime you want to sit down with me, sweetheart, I'm here. I'm here. But I did the math. What a 25 years at Mastoa and TA is gonna get when they retire compared to what I'm gonna get, 1,500 was left on the table.
No, but they keep saying, D, that eventually is gonna surpass the TA Map Store pension, our multiplier.
Then let me go get my weed and smoke it now.
Till we 80 years old, that's when it's gonna pass.
If everybody know me, I joke about smoking weed.
You're gonna get a random tomorrow. You see,
I'm gonna get a random tomorrow. Okay? I'm gonna get a random tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. They robbed us for 20 years. They treated us like dog doodle. And it's time we fight back. The revolution starts now. And I have an idea, but I'm not going to say it on the show. Because if I say it on the show, I am done. I am done. And I have a family to support. Okay? I have an idea. Maybe next show, if there is a next show, I'll bring it to you.
Why wouldn't there be a next show?
Because there's some cockamamie bullcrap out there that's going to try to shut us down.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Let's see.
Let's
see. They can't shut down Trammell. They can't shut down Transit Misfits. They can't shut down other podcasts. The Local 100 Fight Back Coalition, Mr. John Fioretti. You know, so I think we got a good shot. Keep it going a little bit. You know, I mean, it's our first show. You know, people have come on, people have left, whatever. You know, she said no for the 5%. Oh, see, Vanetta says no. There's never been a contract that we got a 5% rate. See?
Well, Milton said you can't stay forever, bro. What? Milt, that's true, but there is guys that's like 35 years in the game from Private Lines, from New York Bus Service, Liberty, Green Line, who are still there at 20 years. So, I mean, you're right.
See, V makes a good point. She said everybody's situation is different from everybody else, which is true.
Yes.
That is true.
Yes.
Not everybody has the same thing. Everybody could be getting different amounts on their pension as retirees. That is true. You know, we don't know everybody's situation, but she's right. Everybody's situation is different. But my brother's correct that if you really analyze and do the math, there's a big disparaging gap between their pension and ours. It's just horrendous for the same amount of work that we do as they do. Why should we get a lesser pension? And that should have been addressed years ago. And then going back to when Toussaint was in charge, 2005, supposedly?
2004 to 2007.
Right. in other words, when the uh, when the contract talk started back in 2005, they were presented with the same MapStowa TA contract pension. They were presented with that.
Don't say TA.
MapStowa, I'm sorry, the MapStowa pension. The private bus lines was presented that option to have it back in 2005. They sat down, they negotiated. It was going to pass. It was going to pass. All of a sudden, something happened. They took a break for whatever minutes it was, or half hour, whatever it was. They came back. One vote nullified the contract passing. If not, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. One vote. And we don't believe me, you can ask all the other union reps that you know. Because we've heard this from several high horses. And those people are legit with their facts.
So, they could be Decepticons.
Oh, they could be Decepticons. True that.
Let's not do that.
True that. True that. They could be Decepticons.
They can tell you one thing and tell the next man something else. Let's not.
Listen, at the end of the day, we started this for you guys. Because we don't have a platform. We don't have a voice on social media. And now the NTA came up with this, all that stuff, and social media, you got to be careful what you do when you're in uniform, whatever. Guess what? I'm not in uniform. I could speak my mind. I have freedom of speech. I'm going to speak to my brothers and sisters. I'm going to tell them what it is, what it isn't. If my facts are right, I'm going to analyze everything like my brother does before I spit the facts. You know? Y'all can do a background check and make sure we're saying the right thing. We're not pulling your chain. And even if we are saying the right thing and telling you the truth, the union reps are going to tell you, or some of them are going to tell you, oh, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yes, Milt, you're right. The old guys didn't want the sick time. You're correct.
Well, half of us will be fired if we take that sick time.
Look at the FMLA system now. How messed up it is.
Jesus Christ.
Even rookies got FMLA. Wow. Like I said, this is not a job. This was a career. Most of us came into this as a career to take care of our families. Now it's turned into a joke. It's turned into a joke to where, listen, there's no coming back. There's no improvements. And if there is improvements, it's a little bit. It's not much.
See what Beloved wrote there?
What he said?
He said, I know you guys are soldiers, but it takes a team. But it takes a team for effective change, and front runners are the ones to put that in motion. When your cries fall on deaf ears, how do your words move up the chain? That is facts.
Can you please get my wallet for me, please? It's right there.
That's the issue. You know, the issue that I have, and Beloved is 100% right on that. You know, 'cause he ran for a position at CP. You know, and believe it or not, in my 18 years, I've never, ever, ever seen an election that dirty. When I tell you it was dirty, my man, it was dirty. From every aspect. From every aspect. You know, and now, and we went there. We went there election day, my brother and I. We went to see what was going on. You know, and we saw the people coming to vote. And it was a good turnout, but not enough. Because a lot of people couldn't vote. Because they don't pay their dues.
Oh, not even that. What are y'all doing here? This ain't your depot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
This is not my depot. This depot was on my shoulders before a lot of them. But they telling me this is not my depot.
Yep.
Wow. Look how two-faced it and turn around how people look. Listen, you ain't gotta like me. I don't need nobody to like me, but you're damn sure gonna respect me. You're damn sure. Because most of y'all who do all that talking, y'all dare not to come in my face. Y'all dare. I'm here for y'all. I'm not here for me. So when y'all go back to these depots, from all the depots that are listening to me today, yo, listen.
Pedro's joking. Pedro, let's all quit. Fuck it. Laugh out loud.
Pedro, yo, my man. Listen, Pedro, don't do that.
Pedro's funny.
No, Pedro, don't do that.
What's up, Pedro? Hope you're doing all right, brother. Miss you, bro.
Don't do all right. You know, because some of our brothers and sisters are living from paycheck to paycheck. So let's not glorify it. Some of them are living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay? But
sorry, I'm a fat ass. I gotta eat during the live. I got some good shit in front of me.
We gotta show better respect to one another, bro and sisters. We have to show better respect.
Danny says, I thought you was leaving. What happened? Don't you gotta go to rehab?
Ooh.
The problem is when these men get the vote, a lot has to do with school bus vote. That pulls them over the top. Without that things will be different. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's going back to Pete Rasconi. That's going back to who still pops up from time to time. Retired and all.
Yeah. The old heads have destroyed us. Remember what I said? 85% of the working class and PBL are black and Hispanics.
That's true. Yep.
We are nothing. But if you see the money that we bring in by working, you probably say, wow.
Thank you, Lloyd. Appreciate you, Lloyd. We'll be in touch. I heard you got that question about getting more involved. You're right. I'll hit you up on Facebook, sir. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Like I said, guys, get the word out. If y'all want us to continue doing this, send a like, or you know our phone numbers or our Facebook page. Let us know.
I have a question for you, Mr. Angry Black Man. Just a question. I want your input on this. There was a rumor not too long ago. I would say going back to either last year, or the year before last, 2 years ago. Something about a redesign happening in Queens that they say you didn't know you was talking about. They said that you crazy, that you don't know what you're talking about. Don't start that. You don't want me to start that fire?
No. How much time do we have? Because I know people got.
We've been on live 53 minutes now. I don't think we have to be there for. Hey Ryan, can we pass an hour? Oh, he went upstairs. I think we go past an hour.
I want to give props out, ladies and gentlemen, to my brother Young. He started this. He brought it to my attention. I brought it to you guys, and a lot of guys told me, shut my mouth. I don't know what I'm talking about. Where are y'all now? Where are y'all loudmouth, don't know how to read? Where are y'all at now? Yo, Young, you my man. If you need anything from me, brother, you got it. But all those loudmouths, and that's including the union, who was afraid to tell y'all that the redesign was going to happen. And you're going to say, wait a minute, how do you know? Because I study the algorithms. I read. I pay attention. I don't look at news media as the way you look at news media. I do my investigations. And for 2 years, I've been telling you guys it was going to happen, and you guys told me to shut my mouth and mind my business. Where are you at now? Where are you at? Where? I am your brother. Some of y'all, I'm probably your father. Hey, what the hell? but I spoke the truth while your union fumbled the ball.
Big changes are coming to Queens, and it's coming. First phase is coming in June.
June 29th is the first phase. August 1st? Or 31st?
Sometime in
August
August.
31st is the second phase. Check my facts. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. But I'm not. What's so hard to tell the truth, guys? What's so hard to tell the truth? Because guys want their 10 years in the union so they get that pension. Oh, yeah. If you're 10 years or better, you get a pension. So don't sit there and think these guys are working for you when they have their own obligations to themselves. Please don't. Because a lot of guys said to me, why you don't run for office? Listen, if I ran for office, I'll be on death row. Simple fact. When it comes to family, I don't put family in politics. I don't put personal business in politics. If it's about the job and it's about me and you, that's a different story. But when you start talking about mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, you cross the line. And that's one line I don't believe in. I'm good. Okay? I am good. And that's where some people don't get that shit straight in their brain.
Even Pedro, MTA, Fox 5. Yep. Fox 5, how much they love the MTA, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. 7:40 in the morning. Check it out. If I'm lying. Okay? Check it out. But we need to wake up, guys. And we need to wake up now. Yo, Pedro, you said something earlier. We'll talk later. You have an idea? I have an idea too. But we'll talk later.
Look, Beloved says, to get the change, you have to be the change. We need the warriors moving up the ladder. Look at Trammell. His MTA's biggest headache, but words are moving while he's in that position. And that's true. Trammell's been doing his thing.
Trammell's been doing his thing. I remember Sugar Hill with Trammell.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have no photos. I don't know why, but I sat down with him.
His response to us at Labor Day was he has over 30,000 photos. So
well, Trammell, find us. Find us, Trammell. Find us. But it starts within.
You know, a lot of people don't like him, don't like Trammell, and don't like certain people that broadcast like we do. But you know what? He speaks the truth.
And we do too.
And we do as well. This is our first show, but I've been following Trammell for a while now. You know, certain things I agree, certain things I don't.
Wait a minute. Hold up, man.
What?
Misfits? Brooklyn Pete? If you're out there watching.
Your boy Blunt.
Oh, Blunt too?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
For real.
Really do.
For real.
Tune into their show tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Facebook Live as well. They're on the air.
But guys.
Two good dudes, man.
It starts with us. Stop looking for somebody to lead your hand. Y'all grown adults. It starts with us. Right. Show some respect to one another. Show some respect.
To piggyback what Vanetta made a comment on what I said about the 2005 issue. Mm-hmm. She says it was a hostile takeover in 2005. The different depots had different contracts. Mm-hmm. The union leader did not get together to work together. It was left to Toussaint, who was for transit and not for the private lines. The members need to get the original contract and see what was in that, which is true.
Oh, shoot, my bad.
But she's right. We will have to see that contract. But I was told, V, to reply to your comment, I was told that during that course of action, during that day, when I was presented to the private bus lines, a lot of the senior guys that were in private bus lines.
Oh, we got to wrap it up, they said.
They're kicking us out? We didn't pay rent.
Yeah, we didn't pay rent.
Oh shit.
We didn't pay rent. I mean, hey, when you don't get when you don't get enough money in your paycheck, you
Oh.
can't pay rent sometimes.
Well, listen, but we're gonna start wrapping it up because our executive producer told us we have to wrap it up. So, but it's been a pleasure. It's our first one. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. There's more to come.
And we
down the
want
road.
feedback.
We want your feedback.
If it's not worth it, then let us know it's not worth
We
it.
could take constructive criticism. It's
Yeah.
all good. Not
Yeah.
a big deal.
But we have to make a change, guys. It's on us. Stop looking for somebody to help us out.
Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that noise? I was wondering if I press that button, can y'all hear the cheering or the? Can y'all hear that or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. See you next time. We'll let you know when the next show, if it's a live or a recording, we'll let y'all know. And we thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good day.